You find the perfect house, you check the property tax history online, and the math works for your budget. But in Florida, basing your purchase on the previous owner's tax bill is a trap. Every year, hundreds of thousands of out-of-state buyers relocate here. They are drawn by the warm weather, the lack of a state income tax, and what appears to be a manageable property tax burden. During the home search, buyers rely on real estate platforms to calculate their monthly carrying costs. They look at the current property taxes, divide that number by 12, and lock in their housing budget. This bar chart shows the reality for a typical $500,000 Florida home. The listing might show a current tax bill of $1,500 a year, but in year 2 of your ownership, that bill suddenly shoots up to $6,000. That jump translates into a $375 per month escrow shortage. Your mortgage servicer will automatically adjust your monthly payment to cover this new, higher tax burden, often catching homeowners off guard. This sudden increase is a calculated, mechanical outcome of Florida state tax law. Relying on historical tax data is a common mistake for new Florida buyers. That oversight turns an affordable home into a heavy financial liability. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the bureaucratic mechanism operating in Tallahassee. Florida law mandates a just value reset. On January 1st, following any change in ownership, the county appraiser is legally required to reset the property's assessed value to match the current market value. When that reset occurs, it instantly wipes out the accumulated tax protections that the previous owner held. The slate is wiped clean. The low tax bill you saw in the listing belonged exclusively to the seller. Every new buyer starts at a market rate baseline. Homeowners rely on a specific tool to manage future increases: the Florida Homestead Exemption and the Save Our Homes cap. The Homestead Exemption provides an immediate benefit by directly reducing the taxable value of your primary residence by up to $50,000. The Save Our Homes cap limits your assessed value increase to a maximum of 3%. Over a 10-year holding period, a gap forms between the soaring market value and your capped value. This wedge acts as a shield, generating substantial tax savings over time. The trade-off is strict. You must forfeit primary residency and provide documentation proving Florida is your permanent domicile. The Save Our Homes cap operates as a compounding wealth protection tool. It rewards long-term Florida residents while increasing the tax burden on transient investors. Existing Florida homeowners who move within the state hold an advantage over those arriving from out of state. They can utilize portability. This legal mechanism allows existing owners to take their accumulated tax savings and apply it to their new address. Buyers can move up to $500,000 of their accrued tax shield, lowering the tax baseline of their new property. But there is a prorated limitation. If a buyer downsizes to a less expensive home, the transferable amount shrinks and a portion is lost. There is also a major constraint known as the improvement trigger. Pulling permits changes the tax math. This stacked bar graph shows how the county treats new construction. The appraiser assesses the new addition at full market value, bypassing the 3% cap for that specific improvement during its first year. Portability protects past investments, but new structural improvements will always pierce the shield. Buyers must factor these tax spikes into their renovation budgets. In coastal luxury markets, properties are frequently purchased as second homes or rental investments rather than primary residences. Because these properties are not primary residences, they are legally excluded from the protective 3% Save Our Homes cap. Instead, these properties fall under a weaker 10% assessment cap. While this prevents a massive overnight spike, it does not cap school taxes or millage rates. For investors and snowbirds, Florida carrying costs stay vulnerable to local government budgets. This exposure fundamentally shifts the property's long-term return on investment. Defending against the Year 2 reset requires specific tactical steps before you close on a home. Relocators should ignore the tax histories listed on public real estate sites. Instead, use the official online tax estimator provided by the county property appraiser to project true Year 2 escrow costs. Next, respect the administrative deadlines. March 1st is the hard, unforgiving cutoff to file for the Homestead Exemption for the current tax year. To get approved, you have to navigate the prerequisites. Buyers must have their Florida driver's license, vehicle registration, and voter registration updated well before that March 1st deadline to prove domicile. Missing these bureaucratic deadlines by even a single day can cost a homeowner thousands of dollars in unrecoverable tax liabilities for that entire year. Florida's property tax system penalizes the uninformed buyer, but for those who master its rules and hit its deadlines, it offers predictable financial stability and long-term wealth protection.